a robot built for disaster, or at least that's the goal. Alejandro Ramirez Serrano at the University of Calgary has designed a robot for first responders to use as a tool in the aftermath of a disaster. He joins us this morning from Calgary. Welcome back to your morning.
Good morning, Anne-Marie. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you with us. Now, I am looking at something that looks like a toy, but it's something for very serious use. You designed this robot to match the shape of a human. We can see it there in your shot. How will it be used in the case of a disaster?
Well, it will be in many different ways. One of the ways that we are planning to do it is to assist responders to search for victims when they are not able to go inside the disaster zone because they are unaware of certain dangers.
And what inspired you to come up with this idea?
Well, that's a funny question. When I was little, I'm originally from Mexico. So I have been exposed to a number of disasters, tornadoes, earthquakes, and I have seen the devastation firsthand. And I have seen that there is a need to assist first responders in order to save victims and search for potential damage and help people during disaster zones.
Alejandro, it is amazing to look at. It looks like something out of like a sci-fi show or even RoboCop from back in the day. And one of the biggest challenges I understand you face is trying to build the trust between the robot and the person who's in need of rescue. How do you plan to address that?
Well, we're using artificial intelligence, and we're trying to enable the robot to actually to perceive and understand the intent of the mission. Sometimes when we communicate with robots through words or computers, it's not really easy to communicate intent. So our goal is to be able to enable the robot to actually understand intent, understand what the purpose of the mission is, and what is the best action to perform when it's in front of victims.
What's your response to emergency workers who see this robot and see it maybe as somebody trying to create a way to replace them?
Well, we're not trying to really replace first responders. We're trying to provide them with the tools for them to perform their work much better and put them out of harm's way. So in short, robots are coming to the rescue.
Robots are coming to the rescue. What do you say to people who, in an intense situation, sometimes it's the calming effect of a human to be able to read their emotions and be able to provide that assurance that might not be able to come from a robot. How do you address that?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And I think that's why the intent initially is for these robotic systems to just help first responders assess the damage, assess how safe it is to go inside a disaster zone. And maybe in the future, once we get familiar with these technologies and the technology matures, they might be able to really interact in person, one-to-one, physically with victims. At this moment right now, I think that's a little bit into the future, just because also as humans and people, we still have to get also used to this technology.
It's very cool. Alejandro, last question. Do you have a name for your robot?
Well, right now it has the name Transcend. But that might evolve because we're evolving this robot in different versions, and maybe in a couple of years it will look a little bit different.
Okay, I can't wait to hear what you call it then. Thanks so much for coming on this morning.
Thank you. Pleasure, Anne-Marie.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.